I figured out a way to extract your dragon fruit seeds to easily grow them, and you know how I did that? Well, 2 years ago, I started an insane experiment, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know my experiments are pretty crazy. However, this one may just top them all because I almost killed this experiment, but then I brought it back to life and a few other things I figured out along the way, but let me explain. You see, everything started because I wanted to make a YouTube video about growing fruit seeds into full-blown plants with every fruit that I could get my hands on. But I wanted to see how many would fruit mini fruits onto smaller plants. My goal was to find out if every seed from every fruit could grow into its own plant and how long it would take for fruits to grow in each one. But my goal was to grow them even better and more mini every time without completely killing them and sending them to the grave. So it got me thinking, wait a second, dragon fruit grows into cactus. It's basically the only fruit next to cactus pear that does grow into a cactus. So I tried with over 100 dragon fruits, some moldy, some different color varieties. I planted whole fruits. I took the seeds from my drinks at Starbucks, and I even did the same thing with my food from restaurants to see if they would grow. And that brings us to today, 2 years later. But I thought, wait a second, to grow them I've got to get the seeds on a paper towel to germinate and grow tails, and to do so it's pretty straightforward. Well, actually it's really not, because I would usually pick the seeds out, put it in a strainer, clean and dry them, and then apply them to that paper towel. But I looked at the fruit and thought, hang on a second, there are so many seeds in this, there must be thousands. What if I just lay the fruit right down on the paper towel? Well, the seeds ended up sticking, no fruit got onto the towel, I didn't have to wash or dry them, and I had my little sidekick with me watching every move to make sure I didn't mess up and to keep the squirrels away from the garden. But I am the crazy plant lady, so I did it in orderly fashion, which you can too if you've got time, patience, and agility. Literally one by one, I took each seed and made sure they were on their own place on the towel because I was determined here to get each one to sprout and grow into mini plants that fruit many dragons. Once in orderly fashion, what happens next is absolutely crazy. I checked on them daily, but after about 4 weeks the tails grew, and although it can happen sooner, I then sealed it in a glass jar and waited 4 more weeks. Tails grew fast, and then I planted them in soil, and they ended up growing up! They shot up like a 12-year-old boy going through puberty, and you can clearly see that it was working, and this is completely normal. But I wanted to see fruit, and I was worried because they were starting to shrink, and what happens next is absolutely astonishing because I was determined to find out if I could grow baby dragons onto this baby plant somehow, because dragon fruits only need one night of the year to pollinate. They get pollinated by nocturnal creatures like bats, and then the fruit grows all in one night. Once I was done waiting for months though, this is what I was left with, and what you're about to see next is not cool. I killed it. It looks like it went through a fight. Not only was it not looking good, I thought I ended our experiment for good, but then I thought, wait, I got a grow box. All good things must not come to an end. I must figure out a way to save this thing. Once I removed the seedling from its little bed, you can clearly see what's going on. It's still got a lot of life left in it. And as we know, I wanted to have the best possible results. Slowly but surely, I transferred it from its deathbed to its second coffin, but hopefully to bring it back to life. And it would take 5 months for this to work, but eventually it did. And as you can see, looks of this cactus is something impressive. You can clearly see it's grown many arms and legs, and a back and feet and legs. And clearly, I brought it back to life. So, that's the story of the dragon fruit. That's the new method to extract your seeds really easily, and that's the way to grow a little cactus friend.
See? Okay. That's good.
You like it?
It doesn't taste like anything. But it's good for you. It's good for you. That's good. Thank you.